So Tiger, good to sit down with you.
Thank you so much.
It's been a long time.
It's been 2 years, yeah.
2 years, my God. Well, you're looking very sharp.
Thank you.
And being around you sort of instantly makes me feel less fit and more
No,
flabby.
please.
And
Not at all, not at all.
Then, Tiger, I made the mistake of looking at your Instagram.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, just there's this. What is going on here? This doesn't even look like a person. I mean, what? I was like, oh my God, how do people look like this?
Well, it's a lot of time with yourself, not much of a social life. It's an obsession.
But you have to make huge sacrifices, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And
I mean,
it's part of the job.
John Abraham told me he hasn't eaten bread in 12 years.
There we go. I mean, and that shows. So yeah.
What have you given up?
I haven't given up anything, but every once in a week I have a cheat day, which sort of gets me through the week.
What do you do? What do you go crazy on?
Everything. Ice cream. I love ice cream.
That stomach has ice cream in it?
Yes. You can see the ice cream bulging out.
Where
You
exactly?
can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scoops coming out.
Tell me, Tiger, why around Baaghi has there been so much controversy about not just, of course, the copying from Raid, but also Karate Kid, also Varsham, the Telugu film. How much of this is true, and what is your feeling about it?
You know, it's a fantastic feeling that our film has, stirred so much emotion in such a short time, and it definitely feels like we have made some sort of an impact. Nobody says anything about the hero riding a horse and comparing that to Lawrence of Arabia. I mean, I don't know. I really feel that I'm very glad that things like this have only helped us, honestly speaking. We've just made a very honest film. In comparisons to the Raid is not a love story. Our film is a love story, essentially.
Tell me, Tiger, what are the things from Jackie's career that you want to emulate, and what are the things you specifically don't want to repeat?
I want to emulate the fact that he's touched everybody,
We all love him.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much goodwill around my father, and I'm so blessed to be his son, because that goodwill has only helped me. People have, sort of taken me in because of him. What is something I wouldn't do that he has done? He's been very, very generous, a little too generous when it comes to his career.
In what way?
Yeah, doing stuff for free for his friends, this and that, making the wrong choices out of, feeling bad for somebody, for a friend. So
I never felt like Jackie had a strategy. I felt like he just did what his heart
absolutely
said to him.
That's the thing. He's so carefree and so bindas is the term, the tag you can use on my father. I can't be that bindas, especially nowadays. There's so much competition. Actors are so prepared, so you really have to be on edge and you have to think 2 steps ahead. My father was he's just a born star. He can, he doesn't have to work for it. He can just walk in the room and own it. If I was in a frame with my father, nobody would look at me. All the lenses would be on my dad. He's just got that charisma and presence. Yeah.
So you have to work harder?
I have to. There is an expectation. There is a pressure being his son, big shoes to fill. But I think purposely I've, try and molded my own identity. For instance, when the first time I had danced on a reality show, I remember Farah Khan was one of the judges. She had said, "Arey, you can't be Jackie's son. You can be Govinda's son or Ritik's brother or something, but you can't be Jackie's son."
Because you can dance.
Yeah. Because my father wasn't known for these things. He's a complete opposite.
Like, I was talking to Rishi Kapoor, who of course has, done 4 decades of acting.
Oh yeah.
And I asked him, I said, what do you admire about this generation of actors and what do you dislike about this generation? And he said one of the things he's not so comfortable with is this emphasis on physicality. He said because people are so into the abs and they're so conscious about their physiques, it becomes that it has to reflect in the film, which then is more about vanity than actually acting. He said your body should be molded according to the role.
Absolutely agree with him. I absolutely agree. For me, it's just a lifestyle, really. I never thought about applying this in the films. I was always into sports growing up, so I was always fit and I always wanted to look a certain way.
Is that limiting for you as an actor?
You know, this is my second film. I'm just 2 films old. So I don't know what the limit is yet. I'm just evolving with time and with experience. That's about it, yeah. I really don't know what the limit is.
Do you think that going onward, like you said, you're only 2 films old, but
Yeah.
moving on, are you going to consciously look for things that help you to break that? Or are you happy right now to work within that?
You know, I live in the moment. As of now, I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy, and I think the fact that people are identifying with some aspect or the other of mine, be it the dance or the action, you know, I feel like I've already made some sort of a mark. And if that's what the audiences want, if that's what the reason they've accepted me, then so be it. I'd love to, you know.
You don't want to mess with it.
I don't want to mess with it. I'm so grateful that I've got so much love in my first film. You know, I've really gotten more than I deserve, and so I just want to give them, you know, a lot more back.
You know, I'd asked John also about when your sort of primary sort of skill is action. How do you kind of make peace with getting older or with younger heroes doing action? And he said actually action is not so much about what you're doing on screen, but it's about attitude. Do you think that's right, that it's the attitude you carry?
I absolutely agree. If let's trace back to Bruce Lee's time, you know, there's so many martial artists who are so talented, even more talented than the great Bruce Lee. But why did that man stand out? You know, he had some sort of a charisma, he had some sort of a presence. Even before he was ready to fight, you've seen Enter the Dragon, I'm guessing. So, you know, that fight, he fights the karate guy, where, you know, he's about to strike, there's that background music, he has, you know, they take close-ups of his eyes.
It's a look.
It's a look, you know, it's all the build-up, and it's very, you think action is enhanced cinematically, you know, we can really play. My director, you know, makes me look like 1,000 times better martial artist than I really am in front of the camera, you know. He can take a close, he can take a wide, he can take low angles, and he can make me look larger than life. So John sir is absolutely right. It's definitely, I think, attitude, and also you have to credit the cinematographers and, you know, the technicians. The team.
Yeah. Tell me about the action in Baaghi. There's that, you know, thing right at the end of the trailer where you break that man's ankle. What does it take to create that, all those sequences where you're just sort of, you know, slicing through people?
It's a lot of hard work. It's sort of like I think of it as a choreography. I think of it as a dance.
It is.
You know, in a way. It has to look presentable. It has to look graceful. The action in our film was not intended to be gory. It's not at all gory. It's not at all in your face.
So that man's ankle crunching is not supposed to look gory?
Not supposed to look gory, no. There's no blood or anything. That's what I mean.
So tell me, Tiger, what is it that scares you? What keeps you up at night? I mean, you're famous, you're young, you're physically fit, you're very, you know, well off. So are there insecurities?
That's just a facade. I'm very insecure.
Really?
I'm motivated by fear, you know.
Fear of what?
In general, I'm fearful of not being able to do something, you know. I want people to know that there's just not this to me, but there's that. There's this as well. There's this. I don't want people to pinpoint me, you know. I don't want them to put a tag on me. My father was secure from his very first film, Hero. I'll tell you a story.
Tell me.
He didn't even wake up to go for his premiere or whatever. He was sleeping, and people said the film wasn't going to do well. So he's like, "Koi baat nahi, theek hai, chalega." So, you know, he's very bindas that way.
So it's in your head, isn't it?
So it's a mindset, I think. You know, I'm very hard on myself. I think
8 abs is not enough. I need
something
I need
like
12.
that. Yeah. I constantly want to get better at something. I always wake up every morning asking myself, so what am I going to do today to get better than I was yesterday? And before
really, truly?
Yeah. And before sleeping, if I don't have that answer, then my day wasn't productive. So I need to make a difference. I need to make a difference every day. Yeah.
But Tiger, doesn't that get exhausting?
It does. But that's why we have Sundays. And that's why we have ice cream, to settle the hormones and to, you know, release the endorphins and feel happy.
Super. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Ryan.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's so sweet. Please get yourself some ice cream.
Yes.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
So, hi, if you guys like this interview, please hit this button right here and subscribe to Film Companion.